My hygienic hairnet is in place, so let me serve you up some podcast fun. Welcome to Breakfast with Barry Lee. My special guest on this episode is Nancy Silva, the new Executive Director of Community Foundation Northern Shenandoah Valley. We'll talk about applying for Chain of Checks grants. Right now, the brain buster, the average person said that they were 16 the first time they experienced this. Experienced what? A, their first real kiss. B, opening up their own checking account. Or C, their first cup of coffee. Your answer's coming up in minutes. Looking at the podcast planner, nationaldaycalendar.com, today is National Only Child Day. I saw this great meme. It said, I'm the only child. Therefore, I'm the oldest child, the youngest child, and the favorite child. I make the rules, I break the rules, and live without rules. There's not a coffee mug big enough for everything I am. Today is also National Grilled Cheese Day. The U.S. modern version of the grilled cheese sandwich originated in the 1920s as sliced bread and American cheese became easily available. Of course, you got to have some tomato soup to dunk it in. And I like sweet pickles on the side just to sort of cut through all the cheese. All right, introductions. Very honored to have with us the new Executive Director of the Community Foundation Northern Shenandoah Valley, Nancy Silva. Nancy, great to have you with us on the Breakfast with Barry Lee podcast.
Oh, good morning, Barry. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. And honestly, it's my pleasure to be here, and I'm so honored to be on your show.
Before we talk about the application window for Chain of Checks grants being open now, a word about you and a little bit of your background and how you arrived here at the Community Foundation Northern Shenandoah Valley.
Well, previous to this job, I was at a small nonprofit called the River House, and that's in Cape and Bridge in West Virginia, and that is where I live. And a wonderful organization. I really enjoyed working there. And a friend of mine who sits on the board for the Community Foundation said, we have a job opened up. I think you really might be interested in it. So I applied, and here I am today. So I've learned a lot being in this new position, so I'm happy to be here at the foundation.
Excellent. Before we talk about how nonprofits apply for the Chain of Checks grants, maybe in layman's terms, if you would, Nancy, how a community foundation works?
Well, to that end, the mission statement pretty much clarifies what we're here for. We're here to help people realize their charitable dreams through individual donor services. We have grants and scholarships here, endowments, and to learn more about that, you can go onto our website. But essentially, we're here to promote philanthropy. We want to create a stronger, healthier, more vibrant community through charitable giving for your lifetime and beyond if you choose to make an endowed fund with us. But anybody can give. We have on our website a grant portal on where you can donate. We have over 139 funds that you can choose from. Or if you want to make your own fund to memorialize either a parent, which many people have done, you can name a fund in your parent's name and have an endowed fund with us, which would give continually throughout perpetuity.
With 139 funds, I mean, somebody wanting to give to a nonprofit, anything from animals to scholarships to the environment, it runs the gamut, doesn't it?
It does, exactly. And it stays in our community, which is wonderful. We're here for the city of Winchester and then the counties of Frederick, Clark, and Warren.
And when you talk about endowments and how they continue to give to the community forever, that brings us to the Chain of Checks. And through the generosity of donors and the vision of some individuals, the endowment grows and grows and grows and will continue to give away grants. And so let's talk about Chain of Checks. I can't believe we're already talking about the campaign, but it's that time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's a wonderful time. It's so exciting to be getting applications and reading through the different various needs that we have in our community. And to know that we're here to support these endeavors really makes it a worthwhile organization.
So the window is now open for nonprofits to apply for Chain of Checks grants. We're hoping, depending on how campaigns and donations go, we're hoping to give away anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 grants. How do nonprofits apply? What would be the process?
So in order to apply for our application, you go to our website, which is cfnsv.org, and that stands for Community Foundation of Northern Shenandoah Valley.org. And if you look at the upper right-hand corner, There's a blue ribbon, and you go there and click grants. And then you'll have to create a profile so that we know that you're a nonprofit. As a nonprofit, we only give to nonprofits. So you would have to register your nonprofit with us, and then the application is seamless. From what I understand, I've asked several people because I didn't want the grant application to be a hindrance. I asked how simple it was, and they said it was a very simple process. So we're happy that people don't have to struggle through 20 pages. It's a relatively simple application to get through.
Nancy, for those nonprofits that have applied for Chain of Checks grants previous to this year, do they need to redo their profile, or are they already in the system?
So, Barry, once they do create their own profile, yes, they are in our system. They just have to reapply for the grants.
What's the deadline to apply for a Chain of Checks grant, Nancy?
Well, the application is open now. It started April 4th, and they must be completed by 5 p.m. on May 2nd. So make sure you get those in.
All right, up until May the 2nd at 5 p.m. And the website again is?
cfnsv.org. And if you need to call us, you can always contact our office at 540-869-6776. Anybody here can help you if need be.
Well, we're excited about this campaign. Last year, thanks to the community and the donations, we were able to give 4 $5,000 grants, and then the money kept coming in, and we were able to issue 4 more $1,000 checks. So we're hoping for a very generous campaign. And again, nonprofits have until May the 2nd at 5 p.m.
Barry, I just wanted to thank you so much for everything that you've done. I don't even know if you realized it, but Chain of Checks has raised over $1.8 million since its inception and has given out $171,638 in grants year to date. So it's just wonderful how your legacy and your philanthropic endeavors give year to year and continue to give. So thank you for that.
Well, I just came up with an idea, and people want to give. It's the community. It's this generous community. People do want to help. Gosh, I didn't realize we were up to that much money. So on that note.
So it's better to give than to receive. And so, again, if anybody is wanting to open up their own fund, they can contact us and do the same in their community. So it's a wonderful example of one person's idea blowing up to over $1.8 million. So good on you, Barry.
Well, thank you very much. Well, so glad that you're here with us as the new executive director. We got to have coffee a couple of weeks ago. I keep seeing your post. Man, you're busy. You're meeting all kinds of nonprofits.
Yes, and before this, I didn't like coffee.
All right, Nancy Silva, Executive Director, Community Foundation, Northern Shenandoah Valley. So glad to partner with you. Take care.
Same here, Barry. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
I'd like to take a moment to thank Larry Weiss, who just retired as the Executive Director of the Community Foundation. He's been so helpful with our Chain of Checks through the years, and look forward to working with him some more. It's birthday time. Celebrity birthdays. Ed O'Neill turns 76. David Letterman is 75. Shannon Doherty is 51. And Andy Garcia turns 66. The TV show 21 Jump Street, can you believe it? Premiered this day, 1987. Local celebrity birthdays. My good friend. He was the director of Cable Talk for so many years. The guy can do anything. Gene Rhodes. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you. Mary O'Lean. Jennifer Welch. Ashley Moslak. Christine Vandergriff. Marjorie Shoemaker. Theo Funk. Hetzel Oates. Lucy Beatty. Oh, Lucy. We used to work together at WFFV. Debbie O'Hara and Christine Snyder. To each of you, happy birthday to you. On the Brain Buster, the average person said that they were 16 the first time they experienced this. Is it A, their first real kiss, B, opening up a checking account, or C, their first cup of coffee? And the answer is their first cup of coffee. Let me know where you're listening from, and let me know when your birthday is. My email address is at the website breakfastwithbarrylee.com. And let me just say in closing, I love coffee. Early in the morning, I wouldn't think of burning my tongue on anything else. Blessings.